Hi everybody, my name is Jennie Petterson. I'm the director of the School of Equestrian Studies at William Woods University. We are on essential workers only here at William Woods, just like a lot of people around the country. And I've really been thinking about, as one of the few people who is on campus taking care of horses during this time, of how many visitors we're missing out on right now. Generally, the spring is full of high school students coming to tour, getting a look at the barns, meeting the horses, meeting the faculty, and I just wanted to have the opportunity to give you a little bit of a tour of the stables. So that being said, this is me and my iPhone. So apologies for how informal this is, but I just thought it would be helpful to give you a little bit of a look at the stables. Here we are looking at the parking lot in front of the library, and this sign should really say "Stop for equestrians" in the crosswalk, because this is how close we are to the stables, just across the street. Here we are in the lower saddle seat barn. This is the oldest part of the stable complex. It's a beautiful brick barn, big wide center aisleway. Again, we're in summer mode, so I'm trying to give you a little bit of an informal tour with our skeleton crew here maintaining the place and the horses. So we'll take a look at a few of our current residents in the saddle seat aisle. At William Woods, we've got a lot of signage to make sure that our place runs smoothly. For example, horse in this stall, his name is Sherlock. There's what he gets for food. This is some information about him so that the students have all the information they need to tack him up and get him ready for class. Let's say hello to Sherlock. He's on summer vacation. We're in the saddle seat tack room in the lower barn. Again, students at William Woods are not required to bring any of their own equipment, so we provide all of the tack and equipment for the horses for training purposes, for everyday riding, and even many times for show purposes. So we'll take a quick little pan around the saddle seat lower tack room. All of our tack rooms are heated and air conditioned. Helps us keep the tack in great repair. And then every horse at William Woods has its own brush box. We'll get a close-up of some of this. And the brush box gives all kinds of information on how that horse should be handled, help keep everybody safe, and handle the horses in a manner that works for that particular individual. This is the UPHA arena. A few of the lights are off. We're keeping things on efficiency mode right now for the summer. We've transitioned to our summer mode. This arena is the arena that the saddle seat classes and Western classes, they do their applied riding in this arena from Monday to Thursday. And then all of our public events, the clinics, the horse shows generally happen in this ring as well. As you can see, we have a couple of round pens set up in the arena right now. We are using those for some saddle seat horse turnout as we have transitioned into summer mode. So those will be down by the time you get here in the fall. We're using them for some extra turnout spaces on some good footing for those horses. We call these the 10 stalls. They're located in the courtyard. And generally we put horses in the outside stalls that have breathing problems or keep a little bit better when they've got the ability to have the top of that Dutch door open and kind of watch the action. So they are empty right now. We've got lots of horses on summer vacation, but in the fall they'll be full. We call this the 4-stall lot. This is a turnout space directly across from the library. And it's a spot where we can turn horses out to roll, to play a little bit. We call this a single lot, so we only put one horse at a time in this lot. And it's directly adjacent to our classrooms, the large EQS classroom and a smaller equestrian classroom that I'm going to take you to next. This is a view into one of our classrooms. This is actually connected to the upper barn. So we call this a small classroom. And It's got the traditional classroom technology, but also a couple of things that might interest horse people. So in this closet area, it's kind of a large walk-in closet that runs along the whole side of the classroom, is our tack construction and repair area. So we have classes in tack construction and repair and all the equipment for that. So that's kind of an exciting elective that a lot of students look forward to taking. And then if you notice, we also have in this classroom a couple of yoga balls. So we've had some clinicians come, riding clinicians, and actually really advocate for Pilates and for riders and exercises and things that you can do to strengthen your core that will improve you as a rider. So we actually have quite a few of these in both of the classrooms, and some students will elect to choose one of the yoga balls instead of the chair in class. We call this the large equestrian classroom. This is connected to the upper barn, but this is where the majority of the equestrian classes take place. It seats about 45 students and has the traditional classroom technology. So the back wall, this is summer mode, so we've got some stuff piled on the back right now, but back wall is full of educational materials that are used in a number of our classes. So everything from samples of equipment, hay samples, bedding samples, anatomical models, you name it. The back corner of our large classroom also features a small gallery of equestrian alum art, and current students actually too. So this little area is one of my favorite spots to look at some of the artwork by William Wood's students, alumni, and actually faculty. So that's just a quick look at some of the neat artwork on display right now. And it even includes a painted Western saddle project. One of the classes that I teach is equine evaluation, so we're looking at buying, selling, and equine conformation. So I love that we have a full-size skeleton in the large classroom. It's really helpful when we are trying to teach concepts of proportion and form to function. We call this the upper barn. It's the home of most of the hunter jumper horses and also some of the saddle seat horses. Right now we've got a combination of all kinds of different horses in this barn for summer. And you can see we're working on some storage for winter blankets, some other things like that. We've just walked into the hunter jumper tack room, and I'm going to go ahead and pan around and give you a look at what the hunter seat equipment, what we've got in the hunt seat tack room. Many students ask if you can bring your own saddle to ride in. You absolutely can. It has to be approved by the instructor. It's really important that the equipment fit the horse, and so your instructor will be able to tell you if your saddle is an appropriate fit for the horse you've been assigned to ride, at least for that day, that week. We do not store any student personal equipment in the tack rooms. Anything in the tack rooms that's hanging out is assumed to be William Wood's property. So we do have tack lockers available. It's $50 a semester to rent a locker. They are all adequately sized to house at least a Western saddle and your gear. So these are the tack lockers in the hunter jumper tack room, and many students will share a locker. It can easily accommodate 2 hunt saddles. And this is the back side of the upper barn. Right now all of these stalls are empty. The horses are on vacation at lease homes or in the field, in the pasture, we lease for the summer. And so come fall, all of these stalls will be full. This is our outdoor arena. This is probably my favorite place to ride. Very large, lots of room. It has full lighting and a sound system. So we do hold some shows. Right there on the edge you can see the upper barn that we were just in. And we actually have a graduate assistant riding a Western horse. This horse's name is Fancy Time Prelude. She's being rehabbed after having a surgery. So she is giving her some exercise. But again, a great place to ride. Lots of room, all-weather footing. That's our outdoor arena. This is the dressage barn. It is completely empty right now. We've consolidated all of our horses for the summer, and the dressage horses are bunking with the Western horses in the next barn we'll go to, but I wanted to give you a quick glimpse at the dressage barn. Every barn has hot and cold water wash racks. So you've got heated water to use. All the barns are heated, so that makes it really great. All of the stalls also have automatic waterers, so that really cuts down on the labor that it takes to manage all of these horses. So again, we're taking a peek inside of the empty dressage barn. All right, here we are in one of the dressage tack rooms. There are two in this barn. So similar to the others, we've got a hot cold wash rack in the barn, and then all kinds of great information in the tack room. So again, their equipment is split between two different spots, but this gives you some idea of the dressage tack room. So we're walking into the Western barn. During the school year, this will have all Western horses. Right now, we only have horses on one side of the barn, and it's Western and dressage, both sets of horses. We like to consolidate when we are down to our summer numbers. So we'll take a walk down and look at a tack room. We've made it into the Western tack room. There are two tack rooms in this barn, but just like the other seats, we supply all of the equipment, saddles, bridles, training equipment, saddle pads, all of that. And there are lockers in this barn as well. So we'll take a look around the Western tack room. Part of becoming a professional in the industry, especially if you're interested in barn management, is learning how to run all of the equipment. So we've got a number of tractors and implements that students will learn how to drive if they're an EQA major. And if you're interested, we have work study as well with feed crew and dragging the rings, and you'll get to learn how to use all of the equipment. So we love our tractors. This area is never on a tour, but I'm going to show you because I think our current students would agree with me. This is a very popular spot on campus. This is a patch of grass between the Roland Applied Riding Arena and the UPHA Arena. So it's alongside the road, but this patch of grass is a very popular space to graze a horse after you ride in class, to take a horse out to dry after a bath. So you rarely see this area without someone hand grazing a horse. I'll try and talk loud. This is the Roland Applied Riding Arena. This is the indoor arena where the hunter jumpers and the dressage horses have their classes. As you can see, we use the summer months to rehab our footing. We've got someone working away at installing some new footing, rehabbing the foundation of this arena to make sure it's ready to go in the fall. I know it's kind of dark in here right now, but these cafe tables are kind of equestrian central. So these are just outside of the UPHA arena, and then you can see all the green doors. Those are all faculty offices. So during the school year, those doors are almost always open, and definitely students are always welcome. There are frequently students sitting at the cafe tables or up in the stands for the UPHA arena doing homework. We have great Wi-Fi in here, so guaranteed to get a signal here. So you rarely see these tables empty. And generally people with laptops doing homework, asking questions. We interact with our students all the time. This is definitely a place where students are number one. I hope you've enjoyed my attempt at a tour, and if you want more information, don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is Jennie Petterson, JENNIE.Petterson, PETTERSON @williamwoods.edu. Thanks for coming with me on the tour.